Welcome to TTX Talks. I'm Nate Petrie, Vice President of Sales at TTX, and this is Jennifer here at Quality Castings. Thanks for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Jennifer and Quality Castings has been a customer of ours for about a year and a half.
That's correct.
And we'd love just to take a few moments of this time to talk about our relationship together.
Sure.
Cool. So wanted to talk to you about your decision to go with TTX. So there were some things that changed in your environment when looking for a managed service provider, correct?
Correct. So about 2 years ago this time, our IT manager was letting us know that he was planning to retire in the next 6 to 8 months. We had converted to a new software, and now that that was done, he was sort of ready to retire. And so we were looking for sort of a replacement option for our IT manager.
How did you find out about TTX? What made you consider us?
So shortly before we actually started our relationship, I had a network security assessment performed by BMF CTG under the direction of Chad Voller, who's their managing director. He knew that our IT manager was looking to retire, and I had mentioned to him about trying to find maybe some young kid that could come in and do a few things, and he actually provided an alternative to us and said, have you ever considered doing a managed service agreement? I've got a great contact for you, and he actually connected us after that, and that security assessment was performed.
Yeah, we love referrals, so we love our relationship with Chad and appreciate that, and that's how the best business is done, isn't it? So you really didn't evaluate a whole lot of other things.
We didn't. I personally spent time doing some analysis on whether or not it made more sense to try to find someone to replace and pay salary and benefits to, or in my opinion, I thought we were going to get a more elevated or a more experience out of and more expertise out of going with a managed service provider where I have an entire group of people that I can utilize to help us solve our IT needs. And after we met that first time, we had very good dialogue and discussions about how Quality Castings was founded and the way that TTX was founded really resonated with myself and with our president and vice president, and we felt there was a very good connection there. And so after that initial meeting, we really didn't pursue other managed service providers at that time, and felt like there was definitely a cost benefit on top of just the relationship and expertise, is that we were going to save money by hiring experts to be our IT as opposed to finding another person to come in and do the work. Yeah.
Our goal is to be the most trusted partner, but that first contract, that first engagement is more based on faith than it is trust.
No, I wholeheartedly agree with that, and I was very fortunate, I believe, to have had Chad Voller, who is and has been a trusted advisor of mine for several years now, make that connection. And when I have a trusted advisor recommending their trusted advisor to you, you sort of feel really confident just going into that first meeting that the relationship will work out.
Cool. Well, has anything exceeded your expectations when working with us?
So it's 2020, so a lot of things have happened in 2020. I will say we didn't expect to have a pandemic, and the day that they shut everybody down, we sent a bunch of people home, and I will forever be grateful for TTX being able to get us all set up and ready to rock and roll with getting all of my people working from home. We didn't have that. I have a workforce where people traditionally work here at their desks in their spaces, and I don't think within that time period, because I know that we probably weren't the only ones who were going through this at the time, immediately got all of my people ready to go and ready to work from home on the next day. So I will forever be grateful for that. And then we actually migrated over to Office 365 in the middle of this pandemic, which
Good timing.
It was. I needed the tools, but I pushed it off for about 8 weeks from when we were supposed to do it, because I'm like, I just can't do this to my people, sending them home. And I just didn't have the confidence in myself to make sure that this was going to happen. And I finally said, you know what, we're in the middle of this. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know how long people are going to be home. And I said, let's do it. Let's get it done. And Scott Resback, he did a phenomenal job for us getting everybody converted over to Office 365, all the tools rolled out. And so that just gave me extra tools to utilize while I had people working from home. And that process could not have gone smoother, considering that he had to work remotely for all of the installs and the people that he worked with to get them up and going, particularly in this environment. So, I mean, just far exceeded my expectations.
That's cool. Yeah, it was interesting when the pandemic happened. As a leadership team, we made a decision not to make any special announcements to our proms or how we treat people, and we want to be consistent, right? And so we were just fortunate enough that we could be consistent through that pandemic. And thanks for those kind words. It wasn't easy. It was hard on us.
I'm absolutely sure as I will be very grateful for that. And we have utilized a lot of TTX resources, over these last 8 months of people having worked from home and me not being able to, go touch a computer somewhere or to do things. We've really had to rely on, TTX to be there for us, and not once have they wavered in any of the support that we've gotten from your team.
Well, thanks so much for the time today
course.
and spending it with us and sharing your feelings and heart about our partnership. We don't take it for granted, and it means a lot. So
No, well, we appreciate everything that you guys do for us and keeping us running.
thanks.